Alrighty, welcome back to part two of my guitar tremolo system comparison video. It's kind of getting to be a long video, so we're going to split this up into two parts. Next one that I'm going to talk about is the what we got here. This is a Bigsby style tremolo. Before anybody says anything, yes, I know I'm demonstrating this on a fake Les Paul made in China, but but the basic design of the tremolo system is what we're talking about. This is probably the oldest tremolo design out there. I'm not real sure which one came first between this one or the Strat style. I think it was this one though. A couple of cool things about it. It's got that kind of that old school classic vintage vibe look to it. The one thing about Bigsby tremolos is they've got a real unique kind of sound to them, and just nothing sounds like nothing sounds like a Bigsby. The other thing about them is that I think is cool is obviously it's it's all one unit, and that arm doesn't come off. So when it comes time to put the guitar in the case, you just slide the arm back, and it'll go right into the case and ready to go. You don't have to take the arm off. With the Kahlers and the Tremolo and the Floyds and the Strat styles, and just about every other one, you gotta detach the tremolo arm, stick it in the pocket before, otherwise the case won't close properly, unless you force it, and obviously you don't want to do that. So, not really designed much for any kind of metal style of tremolos, tremolo use. You're probably not going to get away with any real crazy dive bombs or anything like that on these. But let's see what it sounds like. So any real crazy tremolo use on this thing's probably going to pull it out of tune. The biggest downfall that I see to these, as far as using, as far as actual use of a tremolo goes, they're designed more for jazz and blues type of stuff. Real subtle type of tremolo vibratos. The other thing with these is these are a nightmare to restring. If you've never had to restring a Bigsby tremolo system, and you're getting ready to for the first time, get ready to get frustrated. There's some tricks that I think everybody needs to learn in order to restring one of these effectively. This is my favorite style of tremolo system. This is a Kahler. And these I like these for a number of reasons, because number one, they have a little bit bouncier, we'll call it a little bit bouncier type of feel when you're using them, and I just like that for some reason. The other thing about these is when you're operating on them and you're setting them up, they're extremely easy to work with. And I've had this guitar 6 or 7 years, and I've made very, very few adjustments to the tremolo system. It's the way that this one's designed. The spring, it's essentially it's all a self-contained unit. There's no cavity on the back for an external spring compartment and a claw. This one, it's all in a like I said, a self-contained unit. The body's routed out, and then this thing is mounted with a portion of the body that sits down inside the body, and then this thing's bolted straight on. Very, very easy to work with. Stays in tune as well as a Floyd does, in my opinion. Locking nut, design is similar, not identical to a Floyd, but it is similar. This is a this guitar. I get asked about this guitar a lot, and where people see it hanging up on the wall back here behind me. This is an '85 Hamer Scarab, American-made guitar, and obviously Hamer was one of the biggest names in shred guitars back in that era, and Kahlers were very, very popular, and this is the first guitar that I ever owned that had a Kahler on it, and I instantly saw why they were as popular as they are. And they've been my first choice ever since, and probably will remain that way. Did pull this one out of tune. I think part of that may be due to the fact these strings are pretty old, I like these the best just because they're the easiest to work on, and I like the feel of the actual tremolo itself. I've taken every time, like I said, I've had this 6 or 7 years, made very, very few adjustments, and that's with several times taking the strings all the way off of this thing, cleaning it up, and doing whatever it is I need to do. New set of strings, the ball ends, you don't have to clip the ball ends off of them like you would on a Floyd. The ball ends actually hook down right inside the tremolo system, string it up, and off you go, and it sets right back up to where it was before. So these are awesome. Go try these out. Unfortunately, Floyd Rose's patent ran out sometime back in the 80s, and guitar manufacturers took it upon themselves to take that design and incorporate it into their own guitars. You see a lot of guitars nowadays. This obviously this is a Dean Razorback. This one, essentially is the exact same design as a Floyd Rose, but there's no Floyd Rose logo or anything on it right there. It's what it says is licensed under Floyd Rose patents. Dean uses Dean, Schecter, Jackson, Charvel have all been known to use licensed Floyd Roses. Essentially it's the exact same design as the Floyd Rose. I've heard some people complain that they're not as they're not as high quality as an actual Floyd Rose. Again, I've never run into that with them. All the licensed ones that I've used all seem to be just as good as an original Floyd Rose, just doesn't say original Floyd Rose on it. So here's what this one sounds like. Stays in tune just as well. Very easy. All the same type of functions. Intonation is about the same as it is on a Floyd. Still have a spring cavity in the back. Just like Floyd's though. If you're a beginner working on tremolo systems, these can be a little frustrating. So know what you're getting into before you buy. This is a custom built guitar that I acquired from a friend of mine several years ago. And this has what is it's a Kahler tremolo system, but this is what's called a Kahler Spider, and this essentially is Kahler's take on the Floyd Rose design. Spring cavity on the back, unlike the other Kahler that I showed you a little bit ago. Again, this design is essentially taken off of the Floyd. Does seem to stay in tune a little bit better than the other Kahler, but again, it's just about everything about it performs just like a Floyd or a licensed Floyd would. This guitar, by the way, actually has a set of Bartolini guitar pickups in it, which you never see anymore, as well as an active preamp. So this is by far the guitar with the most output that I own. Maybe I've ever even heard. So it's got some pretty unique tones out of it. I thought I'd talk a little bit about this one, just very briefly. I mentioned before that a lot of guitar makers, guitar manufacturers have come out with their own take on the Floyd Rose system, and this is Ibanez's. Ibanez, I think they've actually got 2 or 3 of these now. This is what they call the Edge Tremolo. They seem to be pretty. Pretty in line with the Floyd Rose design. But the thing that I've noticed about these seem to be just a little bit bouncier, if you will. And the other thing that's kind of cool about these is, the trim arm just pops straight in and out. There's no you don't have to thread it in, no screws. So just push it right in and off you go. So that's kind of neat. The other thing about these is the fine tuners on the end on a Floyd Rose. Sometimes for whatever reason, dust and stuff gets built up into those, and they tend to get a little bit tight. These don't seem to. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't seem to be a problem with these. These have always been very easy to work with, and easy to use. As far as setting these up goes, though, because they're a little bit bouncier. That means they're generally going to be a little bit more sensitive. These are, I think, even harder to set up than Floyd's. So there you have it. There is my part 1 and 2 of different types of tremolo systems out there. There are others out there. There's a little bit different stuff for Fender Jaguars, and that I will hopefully get a chance to cover here at some point down the road. But But this is a pretty good start. Go check out Share the Music on their Facebook page. Go and if you got any broken gear or anything like that, those guys would love to have it. We got a great cost for it and a great place to put it. You can follow me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. All those pertinent links, any pertinent links will be down in the description below. And send me your request. I'm happy to play a song for you in exchange for a gift card purchase towards Share the Music. So, thank you very much. Enjoyed this. This was a fun one.